Hey guys, it's Paulo Haddad here, and this video is the first video of our first English tutorial about OpenDSS. So I'll talk about the idea of this tutorial and what I'm gonna present to you. So basically, I will select a test feeder that we are going to use throughout the tutorial, and then with this test feeder we are going to simulate it in two different modes. We are going to use the snapshot, and then later we're gonna use a time series mode that I will focus on the daily mode. So after having the simulation performed, we are going to look at the results we can get for each of those modes. So basically, with a given feeder, we set up the simulation process, we solve it, and then we look at results, right? What I'm not going to do in this tutorial, I'm not going to talk about the modeling part. I know it's really important, but I will leave it for another opportunity. And I'm not going to talk about what we can do with the results we get from OpenDSS, for instance, to help you in your study. So for instance, if you are studying hosting capacity, impact of smart inverters, using OpenDSS to feed your optimal power flow algorithm, I'm not going to talk about it. I will just focus on the results we get in terms of explaining what are those informations. For instance, if you open a voltage file, result file, I'm going to show you this column provide us the line to neutral voltage. Now, if it's below a threshold or above a threshold, it's another story that I'm not going to talk about, okay? So with that said, I would like to ask you one thing. Go to your browser, download OpenDSS and install it. I will leave the link in the description below. And with OpenDSS, then let's go to the computer. So here in the computer, if you have downloaded and installed it, you will find an OpenDSS folder in your C, and then you go to program files. Here my computer is in Portuguese, so I'm seeing another thing here, but it's program files. So go to program files, and then you're gonna find a folder called OpenDSS. And here is our OpenDSS folder. It's really important to mention here that we have a really good amount of resources here that can help us understand and learn more about OpenDSS. I would suggest you take 30 minutes and go over those folders. For instance, go to doc. This is where we have a lot of PDFs that have, they have a lot of information. It's something that Roger and Dave have been working for several years, so a lot of things here, good stuff. But if you wanna, if you are starting with OpenDSS, I would suggest you to look at OpenDSS Primer. This is good stuff here. There's good stuff inside of this PDF, and also the manual in which I saw that Dave is updating that a lot. So those two are very interesting if you are starting with OpenDSS. But it's not what I'm gonna talk about now in this video. What I wanna show you is the feeder that we are going to use throughout our tutorial. So let's go to IEEE test cases folder. Well, the feeder I want to select is a feeder that is simple enough, however, provides me different elements, types of elements. Let's say it has single phase line, three-phase lines, single-phase load, three-phase loads, has also control elements that I'm gonna talk about them later. So when I think about a simple feeder that can provide those differences in the model part, I will probably select the 13 bus. This is the one we are going to use in our tutorial. However, I would like to mention something that Roger always says. He says that this 13 bus is not a very interesting feeder to be used in your studies. For instance, if you are trying to evaluate the impact of the regulator in the losses or smart inverter in some aspect of the feeder, don't use this feeder because it's not like very realistic, if you will. So I would suggest you go to 8500 node test feeder, or if you want a smaller one, just to start with. But remember, for OpenDSS, it doesn't really matter the size of the feeder. Yeah, it matters a little bit, but you can go to 123 bus. I guess this is a pretty good feeder that you could use to apply your type of algorithm and help you with your study. So with that said, I will select and I will use the 13 bus because it's simple and has different elements that I will need to show you the results. Okay. Other than that, I would suggest you to go to 8500 node test feeder. So what I'm gonna do in this video, I'm gonna copy this feeder and I'm gonna pass. Let's go to C2 points and I'm gonna create a folder here. Let's say OpenDSS Basics. So one thing I like to do is avoid any type of space in the path you set, you leave your model. So in this case, you can see that I use it underscore to connect the words and avoid having any space there. I like to do that to avoid any issue with address in OpenDSS that I saw that a couple of years ago. I'm not sure if it's fixed now, but anyway, I like to not having any space in my path. So if you look here, you see OpenDSS Basics. Now, just really quickly before we finish this video, I'm gonna open OpenDSS. You can go here, so try to open in Windows, or you can go to your OpenDSS folder. If you don't find there, probably you will, but just in case, program files, OpenDSS, and then you have x64. You go in that folder, and this is the executable we are going to use. This is OpenDSS. Let's double click here. Yeah, and this is our OpenDSS version 9.3.01. Just to double check the version, go to help, and then you go to about OpenDSS 9.3.01. Let me clean those scripts. Oops, I can't delete the main. Let's select this one, close, transformer, close, close, and close. And then now I'm gonna open our test feeder. I set C. Let's finish that, C, and then go to OpenDSS Basics, 13 buses, and then nodes. I'm gonna select this folder, this file here, this DSS that I'm gonna talk about in the next video. But what I wanna do here is just having this file. I'm going just to test if OpenDSS runs this file. To do so, I will hold Ctrl and press A, and now hold Ctrl and press T. And yeah, OpenDSS could solve it with no problem. In the next video then, I will definitely go to this file, show you how to run each line, how to run the file, and what kind of results we can get from this feature, right? So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, before you leave, if you have any questions or suggestions, please leave in the comment section below. If you are not subscribed in this channel, please do so, and also hit the bell button so you'll be notified as soon as I upload a new video. And if you like this video, just give me a thumbs up. That will be very helpful. And guys, this is for this video, and I really hope to see you in the next one.